you could throw a cross-body block, and we would train constantly on how to throw a cross-body block. It was the most rewarding thing to take a person down, not the most...
How about...
It was a dangerous block for a person who was getting hit, but it was something we were allowed to do at that time, and we practiced it a lot.
And one of the visual things I can remember was the 183 drive. I don't know if you remember that play.
Yes.
But the right halfback, who was on the wing, the lineman would block someone else. As they veer off, block someone else, allow the defensive lineman to come through, but the wing back had to take him out, and it was blindsided every time. And I would just wait enough where the gem or whoever was on the wing would just cream you guys, you know, coming through, and then I just cut behind him. It was a great play.
Well, I can remember Babe Winston played for Morristown. He was 6'6" or 6'7", extremely tall. And the concern was that he was catching a lot of passes, and the plan was that as a halfback on defense, I would come up and meet him on the line, and then the end, which happened to be Bucky Reitner at that time, would chop block him. And so that's how we took him out of the picture. It totally took him out of the receiving, that we just concentrated on their top receiver and just eliminated it, and the rest is history.
I know I alluded to it out there when I was talking about, when I was introducing Tom, but was the guy that was at what point, was that wrong?
Yeah,
how bad is that? I mean, that's short term memory, but...
Pete Braun.
Pete Braun.
And when he got hurt, I mean, Westfield came in halfback, they ran in reverse, and he came off the corner free as a bird. It's me and him. Now, if he was Tommy...
He lifted weights. I mean, he was built like a common criminal.
And if he was like Tommy Smith, he would have made a con of me, but he's a 215-pound kid, and I'm 165. He's going to run over me. It was like, I said, and I see him come, I said, okay, is he going to make a move or what? And I hadn't played defense for this. I'm a senior, and now this is my 4th year. I rarely ever played defense. And he did. He ran over me. He ran at me. And I just hung on and went down. I get up and I go, wow, was I lucky? Not the fact that it was big, but that, I'll never forget that because it was reverse. And I said, I'm never going to run a reverse. I just stood there and he ran into me and it was perfect.
Why don't you guys talk about Pumpkin Lakes? Because that was a big deal at the time. That was a big deal. Snyder and Kinsey.
The trench, remember the whole trench write-up about how, because they were averaging almost 40 points a game?
Well, let's start it back. The Milk Barn was a place located in Pumpkin Lakes that everybody would, after a game, would go down there and have ice cream and soda and gossip and talk and meet your significant others or meet somebody new. And we became very friendly with the Pumpkin Lakes guys, I mean, over the years. That year, they were undefeated.
But go back on Pumpkin Lakes. Pumpkin Lakes was a big rivalry against Butler.
Forever.
Yeah, we used to do the snake dances. One year they would come to Butler, next year we would go to the Pumpkin Lakes. But
and Pumpkin Lakes used to play in Butler.
Yes.
Their players used to play there.
But that was 2 undefeated teams coming together, and the Trends newspaper played this up to be the game of the season, and it really was really blown out of proportion. But we ended up winning 34-0.
31-6 or something.
31-6.
But it was Kinsey and Snyder. Kinsey.
They had a name for them too, I can't remember.
Touchdown Twins.
Yes, there you go.
And Gleason, I'm trying to remember all the guys that were in that group. And we remained very friendly with them over the years. But it was more of a big thing between the newspaper and the people in the town than it was the players.
Visually, that Pumpkin Lakes game visually, there was one play that I remember forever. And I guess it was because Jackson Schimmel died.
Yes.
It was around right end. I had gone in the open. However, there was people peeling back. Pumpkin Lakes people peeling back. And Jackson Schimmel was slightly ahead of me. and I moved to my left, and the Pumpkin Lakes people moved to their right, and Jackson set it up for him perfect. He took out 2 of those players. Now there was a guy, didn't have much going for him as far as a life, you know, in terms of his background and his life, but he was so thankful for playing on that team and so committed to you guys that it was
hard-nosed
He had
kid.
some personality.
yeah.
He used to term, he got excited, he used the term whoopee.
Yeah.
That was how he addressed you. And if you made a great play, he'd be running around hugging you, you know, it's like, and
How did he die? Was it
accident on the Grand Lake Turnpike.
The car slid off the edge of the bank and leaned against a tree. He went to step out of the car and rolled.
Oh, gosh.
It's,
I could see him, though, in my view, and I could be wrong, as a very raw student and athlete, turned into a good guy.
Yeah.
A good
Yes.
athlete.
And then you had on that team, you had other talents. You had Roger LePenter, who basically was a skier for all intents and purposes. Grew up in Facing Lakes,
Hey, the team,
but could kick a football
the team
like
only
you
ever
could
kicked
really.
extra points, but he introduced field goal kicking, which is unheard of for us. Roger the toe.
PV is another big game.
Pete,
They always look like,
Frank Fowler? Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Frank
they
Fowler.
always look like they're 30 years older than us, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Guys,
Somehow their freshman and sophomore teams weren't as strong as their juniors. They must have introduced a whole bunch of players in the junior year. It seemed like that whole team changed the line.
well, I got to know Coach Steve Gertie, head coach after. I mean, because I worked, when I started coaching, I worked camps for him and I coached in an all-star game with him, but he was a big guy. You know, he was an ominous looking person on the sideline and his team was big. And it was the same thing. Our junior year, we lost to Dover, we lost to PV.
And the team before us was a good team.
Yeah.
That was an excellent team.
Excellent team.
That was an excellent team.
And we came back and we played very well, beat them pretty good your junior year, our senior year. And again, everybody's offense was the same. Nobody threw the ball. That's right.
Basically
That's right,
running game.
that's right.
Basically running game.
And him particularly, his team.
Yeah.
Boy, he
Just
threw.
whammed away at you.
Was that single wing, wasn't it? Something they
You know, I tell everybody, even with all the spread stuff that we've evolved to in this time, I tell everybody it's really not a whole lot different than when you think about the offense we ran. I mean, my first year here was Les George, who was at Westfield. He ran the single wing. And I tell everybody, you look at the single wing and what they run, and the Delaware what they run, and what we ran when we went to the spread in terms of the running game. Yes, we're going to throw the ball more, but it's all the same stuff.
Look at Lenape, who had been running that same
running
offense for the last 30 years.
But you know, they just it was a.
I would say this about Butler, though, with you guys, starting from where you played. I don't think we would have the same success with a T offense, running the ball off tackle 3 yards in cloud coverage.
We weren't that big.
I think you had to have the trap.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Boise State, where they would play football. You sort of have to have that competitive advantage of traps.
And look at all the guards that have come up through the ranks. They were always small, quick
Johnny
guards.
Watt.
Johnny Watt, John DePew, and the Pike, and just small guys, but just agile enough to get through and then influence the block.
All you have to do is screen.
Yeah.
Basically, not the block.
Just have to nick it. That's what it's done. That's what you need. But
Yeah.
Westfield.
Westfield were the proverbial Group 4 champs.
Yeah, they were going to be.
So yeah, that you.
Group 4 was the highest grouping. We played Morristown, Ridgewood, and Westfield, 3 Group 4 teams. But Westfield was picked that year, and up to our game was leading Group 4 in the state, which was the highest team. They played teams like Clifton and I don't know, some of these other.
We were supposed to. They were picking us to lose by 35 points.
So it's,
And at halftime, it looked like it was going in that direction for a
I was
while.
only 12.
Physically it wasn't even close. I mean, they had three backs bigger than any lineman we had. Bucky Reitner, you know Bucky Reitner, he was one of our tackles. He was weighed the same as me, which was about 165 pounds. And, you know, but they,
We shut the,
we were
the
pretty
defense,
tough.
the defense shut them down.
We were very physical defensively, with the exception of the cornerback as a substitute for somebody that hurt.
You were good too, Bob.
But